In today's video, we'll be breaking down the truths involving the LEGO Star Wars 2023 Summer Mech sets, as well as going over the next LEGO Star Wars foil bag that is actually after the Scout Trooper. Let's talk about it. So welcome back everyone to another LEGO Star Wars video, and today I'm going to keep it kind of short, kind of simple. I gotta be honest, I don't feel any better. I tried to do this video last night. I was ready to upload it, and YouTube had some problems and it would not let me upload. So I figured, look, if anything today, I can make it a little bit better of a video, a little bit more longer, and just kind of get more details into it. And actually, we have a second piece of news also. So again, I'll be breaking down the LEGO Star Wars mech sets, fully going over my thoughts. Are these good deals or not? The actual truth about the minifigures, will it affect values, that type of stuff, as well as going over the new LEGO Star Wars foil bag that surprisingly got revealed for July 2023, presumably. So let's get into it, guys. So again, if I sound a little weird today, if I mishap on some information, truthfully, I just don't feel good. Like, I really don't. I'm so congested right now. My throat's killing me, and I'll probably have to cut it like 10 times just for sneezing this video. But let's get into it, guys, with the LEGO Star Wars Mechs. These were a big surprise out of left field. I was not expecting these to be revealed yesterday whatsoever, especially not officially revealed, with HD images. And, these come out August 1st, of course. So let's break it down, guys. Let's kind of go least to greatest. So in my opinion, I think the Stormtrooper Mech, set number 75370, is probably the worst one. I think, when you look at something like this, first off, a mech is a mech. Can you really fault them for looking weird? I don't really think so. I think just the concept of the set, there's really no good way to go about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, sure, you can argue these are for children. These have that certain demographic, and I've always kind of vouched for these mechs. I don't hate them per se. Again, I'm going to score them low. I don't think these are, 9 out of 10 sets. Like, I don't think they're perfect. That's just me, but that's my subjective opinion. You guys can think however you guys want about these, but but I do think this will be a nice little part of LEGO Star Wars history. So this right here, all these range from 130 to 160 pieces. The piece counts aren't like officially attached to which one yet, since these are European boxes. But the Stormtrooper here is technically a new figure, but not really. It's just the older dual molded helmet on the new trash compactor torso and legs with the white hips. And I got two issues with that. First off, so the two biggest glaring issues here. First off, all these are $16. That's number one. So the mechs went from $10 to $15 to $16. So they didn't even do like a 12 in there. They didn't even do like a 13. Like, they're jumping these mechs up high right here. So these come with all one minifigure. And when you look at this, so I've had a couple of people say, I've seen the comments, I've seen some people post about it. Oh, this is a great army builder. I'm going to buy 100 of these. And I get that. Some of the people are joking. Some of these people truthfully have the money for it. That's one thing. But, like, for the overall consensus of, like, the general public, saying, oh, this is a great army builder. I mean, what are you talking about? You know what I mean? Like, this is a $16 set. You get one Stormtrooper. Like, since when do all of you guys think, let alone, again, even me, I mean, I can't afford to army build Stormtroopers at $16, and I would assume a lot of us can't. Like, this is not fundamentally an army builder set. Even when you get it on sale, for the longest time there, everyone always kind of tells me, oh, how do you get stuff 30% off? How do you get stuff 50% off? Like, I can only find stuff, once a year for 20% off, and I find one of them. Like, all of a sudden, I feel like people are like, oh, yeah, I can get them on sale whenever, because even at 50% off, which is, like, fantastic. Like, usually, again, 50% off is kind of where you're capped at. Sometimes you can find 60, 70% off, but even at 50% off, man, you're paying $8 still for one Stormtrooper, and that's just fundamentally not cheap. That's not a proper way to army build, I feel, because number one being, this is a brand new Stormtrooper. Again, not brand new parts per se, but it is a different Stormtrooper where, if you're going to build up your army, this will look different than the other ones you've accumulated over the years. So that's kind of, one of the problems I feel like with this as well. It's a brand new Stormtrooper. I mean, over the past 10 years, there's been like 7 different ones. So it does kind of suck in that regard for army building. And second off, at that point, just buy the ones from the Imperial Marauder that are going for like $5-6 right now. You could go on Bricklink right now, if you're international or USA, and pay $5 to $7, if not even $8, if you're fine with paying $8. You can pay $8 now and get pretty much as many Stormtroopers as you want. This set right here really does not do anything more for you. I mean, unless you really want that Stormtrooper mech and army building that, this is going to be like a 501st Battle Pack type thing. Like, these parts, if you're going to try to put them on Bricklink, resell the parts, part them out, the set itself, the pieces aren't going to be worth anything after a couple months because of all the people army building it. So that's my main problem with the Stormtrooper one. I don't think this should have been one of the ones they come out with. You know, going into the second two right here, the last two, which I think fundamentally serve a better purpose. And we'll go over the Darth Vader right here. So we have 75368, the Darth Vader mech. Again, I can't really fault the build. It is what it is. You know, it's a mech for $16, comes with a Darth Vader minifigure. I can't genuinely hate it. Again, I just don't love it. But the Darth Vader here, the same kind of principle. You know, people are saying, oh, for $16, getting an arm printed Vader is fantastic. And on paper, it sounds like that, but it's not like the end-all be-all deal like some people are saying. Like, you could go on Bricklink right now, you know, assuming this is the exact same one of the TIE Bomber this year, which, again, a lot of us got the TIE Bomber. I think the TIE Bomber is a very obtainable set, not super expensive. I think a lot of, you know, people got it day one, let alone, you know, May 4th. So they already have an arm-printed Vader. And second off, you know, we look at this Vader here, you know, you can get a Vader online. Again, Bricklink, eBay, for, you know, arm printed Vader, you know, for $10 plus shipping. So, you know, you're paying 13, 14, 15 shipped. So in this argument, you know, the average consumer might be like, hey, look, for an extra buck, you know, get it in store, get it in my hands, you know, not mess with shipping, not mess with trusting sellers, and they get an extra mech on top of it. I can see that point a little bit more. You know, that's why I think, you know, these named characters, kind of like the same thing, you know, kind of the opposite of my thought process with the foil bags. I think this makes sense. Like, when Lego is fully putting a product out there on the shelves, if they want it to be a, you know, an instigator for a new collector, you know, they allow someone to come in here, get a flagship character for a, you know, a subjectively cheaper price compared to something like a Stormtrooper where, you know, you get one of those, people are going to want a whole bunch more, and they might fall into the trap of paying $16 per Stormtrooper, and that's fine. You know, Lego's a company, that's what they're hoping to, you know, do, you know, but I think a Darth Vader makes a lot more sense. But again, it's not like the end-all be-all deal. Unlike with this last one here, which is probably the most controversial, you know, coming from kind of all sides of everything, you know, collectors, investors, you know, just people that, you know, like Boba Fett, you know, pretty much everything. You know, we have the 75369, the Boba Fett mech. And first off, I will be honest, this mech itself, I do feel like looks the best. Although it's kind of different, you know, it's weird how the actual minifigure and the mech are both based off two different movie, you know, armors, which is a little weird. You know, I will say that. But the Boba Fett himself, some people are saying, you know, this has been a big topic over the past, you know, 12 hours or whatever. You know, it looks very similar to the 2018 UCS one. You know, oh, is the 2018 UCS Cloud City one gonna, you know, lose all of its value? You know, this one came in and just, you know, killed that market, you know, if you care about it. So I'll break it down from what I know. Again, I'm not a wizard, I'm not a genie. I can't predict exactly where stuff will be over the next month, but this is a different minifigure than the 2018 one on the Cloud City and also the 2015 one of the UCS Slave 1. The UCS Slave 1, you know, version, that will always be substantially more expensive because it has an entirely different head print that was only on that minifigure, and the head print itself is very rare, and that head itself goes for like $70 to $80. So that one from the 2015 Slave 1 will always be, you know, look, you're pushing 150, 200, maybe even 250 eventually. The one from 2018, that one actually has no exclusive parts technically because the head is just a regular, you know, angry clone head. But it is still different than this new 2023 version. Of course, the 2018 one has a pauldron, you know, cloth version. The prints are all different. And, you know, that's where it kind of comes down to. You know, just like with all these other minifigures, that one from 2018 will remain exclusive to that set. It will be a unique minifigure for the, you know, the mass majority of collectors that, again, care about getting every LEGO Star Wars minifigure, that care about, you know, getting the, you know, factually more premium version from a more expensive set that I, you know, personally think looks even better. Again, has the cloth pauldron and everything. That minifigure, I'm going on a whim right here, and I'm willing to make a bet. You know, I think that minifigure will always remain, you know, 100, 150, 200 bucks. It's definitely going to cut down on the amount of people that want that Cloud City version for a while. You know, of course, I'm not doubting that. You know, the average, you know, just regular run-of-the-mill collector will, of course, go for the $16 version over 150, since it is similar, you know, to the average eye that doesn't care about, you know, variations or, you know, just different minifigures like that. They'll be like, look, for 16 bucks, I'll get it, you know, and they just will not get a cloth pauldron. So that's my thoughts on that. But I definitely think fundamentally, you know, this one, I do like this. You know, as much as I'm talking about it all right now, and, you know, whether you think I'm hating on it or whatever, I'm still going to buy the Boba Fett one day one. It's a great deal. You know, it really is. I give Lego a lot of credit. You know, the minifigure does look beautiful. It's missing a cloth pauldron, of course. The one biggest difference is, you know, and again, you can't really say, oh, they don't have cloth on a mech so it doesn't ruin it. why did they give Darth Vader a cape then still? You know, because you can put the cape on him when he's out of the mech. You know, just like how you can do with Boba Fett. You know, take his pauldron off. It's the exact same process of, you know, taking off the head, taking off the helmet, off the torso. You know, take the cloth piece off, put it on the side, put him back in the mech, rinse and repeat. You know, so I think, look, after seeing Boba Fett right here, how they're doing him, and you can't just blame it on the cheap price, man. Like, they raised these an extra buck for what? Like, that cloth piece, you're telling me that cloth piece costs more than a couple pennies? Again, dude, if they wanted to be that guy, I think all of us, like, this is what I've always kind of said, man. I think any fan would, if they have to tack on an extra 25 cents, you know, give us a random retail price of $16.25 and include that cloth piece, and I think no one's going to complain. That's fundamentally, I think, what a lot of us would be fine with. You know, give us that cloth piece. So I think this further confirms, I just don't see the Captain Rex in the summer, man, or in the UCS Venator having a cloth waist cape. I just don't. The pauldron's one thing, but I think this is really kind of solidifying the fact of, you know, Lego all of a sudden is just scared of cloth pieces. But that's that, guys. That's my thoughts on the mechs right there. I don't hate them. Again, like, don't get that assumption from me. I think they did them fine. I think I'm excited to see, you know, another wave or two of these. I don't think these should last for more than, you know, maybe 2 or 3 waves worth. You know, give us a couple more main characters. I think they should definitely stick to, you know, helmeted characters. I think if you put like a Luke Skywalker in there, you know, that's when you start getting a little, you know, extra weird. But yeah, so my ranking, you know, Boba Fett first, Darth Vader second, Stormtrooper third. I think, look, for any Star Wars collector that really wants one of these, I think for $16 you really can't go wrong either way. But just kind of keep in mind, I mean, the Stormtrooper, man, don't go out there and buy 30 of these for $16 each. You know, play your cards right, wait for that sale if you can find it, or just get different Stormtroopers and you'll be a lot cheaper right there. Moving on to the second piece, we have a new foil bag revealed for presumably July 2023. So this would come out after the Scout Trooper. Usually we don't see foil bags this far in advance, but for some reason, this one's actually been seen right here. And, you know, this one does not exist yet. You know, this is the first variation of a ATTE foil bag. So, you know, look, I can already tell a lot of you guys, you know, through the screen right now are thinking, oh, you know, this guy hates the Y-Wing and the X-Wing foil bag since they're just like little builds, but he's going to love this ATT. And you are right. You know, again, prequel bias. I will admit, you know, it's all my subjective opinion. You guys can formulate your own stuff. If you guys don't like this ATT since it's just a little build and it's not a minifigure, you guys can hate on it, you know, but I love this thing. So I will definitely be getting, you know, multiple of these. I think, you know, for myself, I'll probably build one, you know, sell a couple, you know, source them to the USA for you guys. And we'll go from there. So this is, you know, going to be pretty fun here. I think, you know, this will be a nice one for July. And definitely not the worst build. You know, but again, that's my prequel bias coming in. So leave your thoughts down below, guys, on this foil bag. I think it looks fine. You can't hate it. You know, it's a free thing. You know, again, foil bags, I'll reiterate one last time. You know, they're, you know, international only, usually just in Europe. I've heard like Poland, Germany, the UK, and I think maybe 1 or 2, maybe Sweden, something like that. I think there's only like 5 or 6 countries over there that have these. And I think most people were saying now they're €4.99 euros or 4.99 pounds or whatever. So that's kind of the rundown. But again, they're not in the USA. You're going to have to source them from out of country or pay a little bit more in the USA for these foil bags from third-party sellers. So that's everything for today's video, guys. Leave your thoughts down below on everything. What do you guys think about the mechs? What do you guys think about that foil bag? And like I said, I'm trying to feel better. I just truly don't. These last 3 days have been terrible. I'm trying to get other stuff done, but I really just can't. I've just been sleeping a lot and really kind of trying to just keep up with the Bricklink store as much as possible. I don't want to fall behind on that. And, you know, so that's, you know, a lot of people relying on me over there for that. And, you know, the YouTube channel, tried to upload yesterday. YouTube didn't let me, so hopefully even this uploads. But all that being said, guys, enjoy the rest of your Thursday. Hopefully I can stream tomorrow. Leave your thoughts down below. Bye, guys, and stay safe.